Never been happier to be called a bastard.
Oh, no.
Than yesterday when I was trying to laugh and get intel on the Cowboys' new defensive coordinator. Choppy was doing the same thing with our frenemy from the Super Bowl and Philadelphia. John Kincade from The Fanatic is joining us here on 105.3 The Fan. Good morning, Jonathan. How are you?
I hate it when anything good happens to you people and something really good happened to you yesterday. And so I wasn't in a pleasant mood when you guys reached out. I got to tell you, wasn't pleasant because I wanted to see Christian Parker get a shot because the man deserves it. He's freaking awesome. But I did not want to see it come in the division, and I most certainly didn't want to see it come with you people.
Yeah, rude.
Why is he so awesome?
I can tell you this. It's just one of those things, and I mean, when I know you can talk, the beat writers and the guys who deal with them on a daily basis, it's a completely different thing. But every single person, when you meet somebody or you hear of somebody, and every single person repeats the exact same things about them, there's a uniformity of praise. You believe it. Usually you can find somebody who says, yeah, I met Shan. He's great guy, great dude. But you're absolutely going to meet somebody who goes, what an a-hole. I bumped into him at the store. You know, you're going to get that balance. There's no balance with Christian Parker.
Wow.
I have a buddy of mine who coaches on the Ravens staff who for years has told me that this guy, he's the guy. He's one of the assistants in the NFL who is going to not only ascend to a defensive coordinator, but is absolutely going to be a head coach and is one of the young up-and-coming risers. Because he would always ask me, have you talked to Christian Parker? Do you know Christian Parker? He's going to be a guy. This man has an exceptional reputation with the players that he coached, with the media who covers him. And I sent you guys on X today, Andrew Pacheco's conversation with him. I can just tell you that Andrew and other media members that I know who cover this team on a nuts and bolts basis, they're around the team all the time. If there's an assistant coach that they rave about, of course they do. You know, they're going to talk about Jeff Stoutland, who everybody talks about, the offensive line coach. He's just amazing, and he's a legend. But Christian Parker's name comes up over and over again. You guys got a home run hire.
Oh, baby.
Again, I hate to say it.
Cigars on us, salt and vinegar chips on us this year, baby.
Yeah, well, you won't be seeing me because there's no way I'm getting up at 3 a.m. to do a radio show out in San Fran. And besides, I didn't want to have to download the Poop app, which you have to download in San Francisco to navigate the poop. And
hang on a second. Whoa. That's a real thing? Yep.
Yes. Google it.
Wait, you have enough power there to tell your bosses I'm not going, or they didn't want to spend?
Yeah, we're not going. I'm not going to do 3 a.m. in the morning for one thing. I mean, I look good. And I can always use the recovery from cancer card and say, like, look.
Oh God, that's a good card.
But I can say, look,
wow.
I didn't want to download the San Francisco Poop app where you have to navigate. It tells you where you navigate poop on their streets and syringes. So you can.
It's true.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, we stayed. Yeah, we saw last time. I'm so jealous of you. These guys want to go. They love it. I'm so jealous. I would trade Christian Parker to have your Super Bowl status right now to stay home.
The app is.
Believe me, I will be in Landview, Pennsylvania, relaxing and enjoying myself because there's no way to get me there. Plus Kyle Shanahan and I not really warm and fuzzy from my time in Atlanta. Before I came home to Philadelphia, when Shanny was the offensive coordinator in Atlanta, we really didn't mix. So not very friendly. He's. I'll just give you a personal quick story. Shanahan's a guy who, in your neighborhood, and I'll just tell you, without telling you where he lives, but in the neighborhood, he's the guy that would run to the pool as soon as the pool opens, take prime pool chairs, put his monogram towels down. And then with monogram towel pool clips, and then leave the pool for hours.
Oh, no, really?
In the world.
The hoarder?
The worst people in the world. And yes, that's what he would do.
John Kincade from the Fanatic in Philly here on The Fan. Do you think we should expect like a Vic Fangio type scheme from Parker, or no way to tell right now?
Well, I would say no way to tell right now, because one thing I would tell you is what I would believe, everything that I've read about Christian Parker, everything I've seen, is that Vic Fangio, and I've heard a lot of Vic Fangio talking, is that a good chef, alters recipes depending on what he's got. And so Vic Fangio has even said that he's had different iterations of his plan depending on the personnel that he's had. So he's got to get down to Dallas, your island of misfit toys that you've got on defense, and he's got to try to put that thing together. Now, look, it's going to take a little time.
Yeah.
But he's going to come up with a plan. I do believe, though, that you're going to see him understand the importance of, if you want that back end to be well, and what he did for Quinyon Mitchell and for Cooper DeJean, just go and do a little bit of research. Those two young men who are exceptional players, you've seen them just do great things in their first 2 years here. Now, they were great draft picks, and they're great talents, and they were high draft picks, but they both credit him for their quick development and their quick ascension. But I believe he knows the importance of the push up front in the middle, that is a big believer of what they're going to be able to accomplish on the back end of that defense. So he's going to bring you a core competency that honestly hasn't existed in Dallas probably since I had black hair. I mean, it just doesn't. It's been a long time. It really has.
John, you're taking the Dallas shots, and then we take our shots at Philly. And you've been in Philadelphia for a long time, covered the Buddy Ryan era tension and everything that exists there. We had somebody on the fan text mention this earlier, and I'm curious if you feel the same way. Is there any party that, Kellen Moore gets hired over there, now Christian Parker comes over, is there any party that's like, this feels a little dirty? Like, I don't like that this rivalry's at a point now where people just feel comfortable going coaching staff to coaching staff.
Yeah, I don't like that. By the way, I get a lot of grief here because God rest his soul, but Buddy Ryan was one of the greatest defensive minds in the history of the NFL. But the man was a complete buffoon as a head coach. And I am not one of the Philadelphia people, bobbleheads of my generation, who worship at the memory of Buddy Ryan. There are dopes in Philadelphia of my ilk, 50 and above, that talk about the Buddy Ryan era glowingly and have the nerve to rip Andy Reid. They're just dopes. They're mouth breathers. They have no concept of football. They somehow think Andy Reid underachieved, and they celebrate Buddy Ryan, who never won a freaking playoff game here. And they somehow think the man deserves a statue. It's absolutely ridiculous. But
that's Philly for you.
I don't like it. I don't like it that it's that friendly. But
what is the better job, Cowboys DC or Eagles OC? And I know what you're doing. You guys are spinning this now, like the rest of the country, and the reporters are reporting that no one wants to go there to deal with the misery that.
I'm not spinning that.
You understand people not wanting the job.
Well, I don't know. Well, first off, nobody's been offered the job, so nobody's turned down the job.
Oh God!
So that's one thing.
There we go.
Nobody's been offered the job. I believe that there's one guy who would have been offered the job if they had gotten down and dirty with it, and I think that would have been Dable. I think he could have been the guy because of Nick's relationship with him, because of Jalen's past relationship with him. But the relationship that existed between Dable being able to go to a place like in Nashville, if he doesn't get the Bills job, he's not going to take a job, so they can't offer him a job because they weren't going to offer him because he could get the Bills job, or he can go down and work with Robert Saleh, who he got comfortable with when he was in New York and they were rival coaches. He can go down there and run the show, live in state-free, tax-free Tennessee, which you blessed people in Texas understand. Unlike the People's Republic of Pennsylvania, where I live, where I'm being taxed on this phone call, and you guys have that freedom, which we don't. And there's a much plus. Cam Ward is a blank slate, whereas with Jalen Hurts,
listen to this.
You got to deal with that. So,
but John, the people in your city are spinning it up. You're just not tough enough to come here, and we don't want you if you're soft.
You can't stand eggs on your house.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you that there's not a large portion of the fan base that's saying that. that. I absolutely.
They believe it too.
There's some on your family of stations that are pushing that narrative.
Oh, wow.
They have offered the job to nobody. The low-hanging fruit is always going to be there for people in our business. I just choose to speak to the higher end of the demographic. Thinks.
Do you think it's a design? But is it?
That's how you exist in this business well into your fourth decade, because you actually think and you do things like that. I'm a believer that look, I think there are challenges to the Eagles OC job, and the challenge being is the fact is that you've got to deal with a meddlesome. Look, we've got a power struggle here in that Howie Roseman's the boss. The GM's the boss. Look, you guys can relate with Jerry. I mean, Jerry talks before your coach talks.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And which strip club, by the way, sponsors that?
Come on.
That's Ford. That's Ford, sir.
Like, Howie runs the show here. And nobody is of any belief that Howie isn't the most powerful person. And so Nick Sirianni is going to have some level of control, but I promise you this, he's got a lot less control than any coach who's ever been to 2 Super Bowls in 4 seasons.
But where's Hurts on that list of problems? Where's Jalen on that list of problems? It's like no one wants to say it out loud.
He's a diva. Say it.
Well, but the problem is that he's not like the problem. He's not a problem if you go to like go to NFL players. You can just go to the athletics list last year where they talked to NFL players. He was the number 1 voted player as far as leadership qualities. He is not in any way a problem.
AJ Brown was
Jalen Hurts is stubborn. Jalen Hurts is stubborn. Jalen Hurts is set in his ways. Jalen Hurts can recite every single T-shirt that you're going to see at Dick's Sporting Goods today. You know, when you walk in, every slogan, every cliche. He's like the perfect company man. He's a coach's son. You guys know that. He roots for the Houston Astros. You guys should hate him just for that.
He's a cheater.
And he's but Jalen Hurts is, believe me, there's nobody that appears that will say he is a problem, but stubborn, yeah. Things he maybe at times catering too much to him. Sure, there's many that say that around the organization. But I want a bright, innovative young mind. That's what I want. I want one of the young minds. I do not want anyone from the Andy Reid dollar store. I don't want Matt Nagy. I mean, seriously, the guy's 47, and honestly, look, dude, I've had cancer 3 times. I am his elder, and I look so much better than him. He has led a hard life. He's led a hard life, making millions coaching in the NFL. I have no idea how. It's crazy. I don't want anybody off the Andy Reid tree. I want somebody new. I want somebody young. I want fresh ideas. I want something like that. And I'll give me somebody that is off the Shanahan tree or off the McVay tree. That's what I'm looking for. So no, I think the more attractive job is the Cowboys DC job.
Wow.
Because all the Cowboys need is somebody like a Christian Parker, who I think will deliver for you. And I think that if they get a guy that comes in there with a core competency that just gets you guys to be average with that offense, are you kidding me? Then the Cowboys make things dicey. Then the Cowboys become an actual problem. I'm bothered by this. This annoys the hell out of me. I got to tell you, it's very annoying to me that this is going to happen, because he is going to do a great job. But everybody wishes this man well. I mean, there's nobody who doesn't wish him well, except we're going to wish him, pox on the 2 nights a year that they play. But he is so well thought of and so well respected. I hope he has many blessings in his career. Just a 2 losses minimum every single year.
Well, look, I say this with as much respect as possible. When I see that big flaming pile of crap in San Francisco on the ground, I will be thinking of you. You are phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, it's honestly, I don't want to see now.
It's The Walking Dead.
LA,
it's The Walking Dead out there.
Now next year in LA, I'll see you out there.
Oh, you're going to go to LA? Is that a different time change? Is that a different time zone?
No, wait a minute. Next year I'll go to LA. By the way, I got to tell you,
what a diva.
One of my good buddies. He is a longtime daytime star on The Young and the Restless. Josh Morrow,
Victor Newman,
huge Oklahoma. huge Oklahoma fan,
Local school.
and huge Dallas Cowboys fan. We go back. He's one of the few Dallas Cowboys fans I'm willing to keep in my phone and text with. I'm telling you, Josh is like one of the biggest stars in daytime television on CBS, and he is a huge Cowboys fan. I know he's checked your show out, so I'll go out next year because I'll go out and check out Genoa City. And I was out there this summer, by the way. So I want you to put June 29th on your calendars. June 29th, 11 a.m. Well, I don't know if it airs. It might air 10 a.m. out in your area. You will see John Kincade on The Price is Right.
What?
Really?
Oh.
Did you win?
June 29th, I did, but I can't tell you anymore.
Wow.
That's cool.
I am on The Price is Right June 29th. I went out this summer to celebrate my third survival of cancer, and then I went over to the Young and the Restless afterwards. But I'll go out to L.A. next year. Les Snead, I knew Les Snead, the Rams GM, when he was an intern with the Falcons. Is when I first met Les. So I'll go out there. Sean McVay.
Oh, man. How many names can you draw?
Yeah.
You run out. You got any more names in your pocket to
You're
draw?
like a barbecue guy we know.
Hey, Sean McVay. I once worked under his father, and he was the quarterback at the same high school my daughter went to in Atlanta. How about that?
John, I wish we had
Oh,
4 more
fuzzies.
hours for your family
All right,
tree.
guys, get out of here.
You were phenomenal.
LA.
Thank you.
You guys enjoy San Francisco. Show me some pictures. Hey, send me some pictures of the poop in the streets.
Get him out of here. John Kincaid, the fanatic in Philly.